Hello guys, welcome back. It's Wednesday, not as sunny as yesterday, but it's Wednesday, and we did have the releases of the JOLTS and the job openings for the month of December. We're going to be, touch base a little bit about this topic, but as well, looking forward over the week, what do we have on Friday, the big day, the NFP day? So that's what we're going to be looking to discuss today as well. Now, let's get into it, but before we go any further, guys, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and share this content with your friends. Very important. It shows YouTube that you are supporting our channel, you are supporting the content we put it up here, and we're here every single day. As well, we are here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays for live webinar. So I'm live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. for free. We don't charge any single cent. The way you get the link is very easy. You can go to the description, click in the link at the description for the Telegram and join us there. And then as soon as it hits 5 p.m. I will send the link for you. It's on Australia time, so make sure to have a look on your own time, your country time. Now that you most likely have subscribed and give us a thumbs up and share this content, let's get into the video. So at 2 a.m. this morning, today, we had the JOLTS job openings number came in somewhat bad, I would say, because the consensus was 8,100,000, sorry, 8,010,000, but the actual number came in at 7,600,000. So we have somewhere around 410,000 short on from the consensus to the actual, and the previous was revised up. So the previous was revised up to 8,156,000. The factory orders came in much lower than what was expected, negative 0.9% from the consensus, negative 0.7%, and the previous was reduced down as well, was revised down as well to negative 0.8%. Then we gonna have the NFP on Friday. So soon as we got those JOLTS job openings, what does that show to us? Pretty much shows how many jobs have been listed for people to apply and work on USA in the whole country. And everyone was expecting 8,010,000. It came up to be 7,600,000. So most likely we will continue to have a somewhat stronger labor market, okay? But it's not always that the JOLTS have the opposite effect into the to the NFP. And remember, the JOLTS is from December, it's not from January, okay? So it's two things separate here. JOLTS from December, and then the NFP is from January, so last month, 2025, January 2025. So we saw the FMC last week being very, very attentive to the NFP data, as well as consumer price index, the CPI, the actual inflation, what measures the inflation. And that's what will lead them to, either cut the rates or pause the rates, or even, I don't know, some crazy things happen with the tariffs and increase 25 basis points maybe down the line. There is a possibility, because if you've been on my webinar yesterday, I've been very in-depth about the tariffs, and I've talked about how there is pros and cons. Of course, there's good things with the tariffs coming up from Trump, but there's a lot of bad things as well from that tariffs, because that can generate much more inflationary aspects, because people will continue to buy crazily, okay? And the prices will be higher as well. So most likely, if this thesis actually works, we may have a 25 basis points or 50 basis points hike into the FMC. But that's only like really out of context. Just so you guys know that there is a possibility, a very tiny possibility, but there's always a speculation on those possibilities. Now, coming back for the NFP on Friday, I'm expecting a little bit higher number. The unemployment rate to remain the same or lower rate. Not looking to have a higher unemployment rate number. Okay, I think that time already passed, and where the rates are and where the inflation is coming, the prices for the underlying supply for the consumer, I believe that the unemployment rate is coming lower, right? 4.1 to 4, 4.2, I think it's over that band. Now it's 4 to 4.1, okay? Second thing, the average hourly earnings most likely to be the same, no changes, because we didn't have much numbers coming up on the jobs, on the JOLTS, so there's no competition, so most likely it will be maintained the same on the average hourly earnings. And for the NFP, as I say, I do believe on a not very, very strong, not huge numbers, but somewhat 10 to 20,000 more than what is to be expected, okay? And I just want to touch base on the US dollar, because we saw on Monday opening the huge gap that we had on USD index going all the way to pretty much 110,000, was 109,800 or 900 and something. And then now it pulls back all the way down again. So what does that represent is pretty much everyone had that sort of punch, initial punch, okay, 25% tariffs, let's long US dollars. But then the market creates the gap, the market goes, close the gap, and then everyone now is it's thinking, okay, we know the good possibility, but what are the bad possibilities that could potentially happen in US? There's much more bad things than good things. Okay, so let's stop longing US dollars and let's look for other currencies like Japanese yen. So if you pay attention, all of the other currency pairs around the G10, G8 group, Euro dollar, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, USD CAD, USD Chinese yuan, USD Mexico pesos, GBP USD, all of those currencies on the US dollar basket have been crazily volatile in the last 2 days. But there's one currency that haven't been volatile, and that is USD JPY, okay? If we look to USD JPY, trading at the moment at 153.16, that's the number I have right here. It may change on the time you're looking at. But we didn't have much things happening. My opinion is that USD JPY will continue to fall, okay? And is actually falling at this exactly moment. Most likely coming at the level of 150 to 400. And I've mentioned already that USD JPY short idea, because the Japanese yen is strong. People are not looking at over a line, but the underline of the Japanese yen is strong because of a hawkish BOG, okay? So now you know how to trade and what to look for this week, you know, the last 2 days. And if you have any questions, put down in the comments. Otherwise, ask me those questions live today from 5 to 6 p.m. Be sure to be in the Telegram group. I will be joining you guys from 5 to 6 p.m. today for free. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon, day, or night, and I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.